Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. I'm your host, Jared Sebesta of Taatjes Financial Group, where we build purposeful retirement plans. At Taatjes Financial Group, we believe retirement planning is so much more than just preparing financially. Our goal is to help retirees and pre-retirees steward their time, talent, and treasure. We have the tools and proven process to make sure your retirement plan delivers the greatest purpose, impact, and legacy. If you need help building a purposeful retirement plan specific for your life and your retirement, give us a call. Our number is 222-4236. You can request a meeting online at taatjesfinancial.com. And if you are in the neighborhood, just stop by our office. We're located right on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer, building purposeful retirement plans. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you missed last week's show, we talked about the company that supports Taatjes Financial Group. It is called Advantax, and we talked about how Advantax is basically a 1,000-plus employee company, and they're responsible and dedicated for the smooth and quick financial transactions that our clients are accustomed to experiencing here. If you want to hear more about that show and how they help us help you, go back and listen to that show. And I've been saying this more and more every single week. We've got a number of ways that you can check us out. First of all, you can find us on iTunes. Just search Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. You can find every show logged on our website, taatjesfinancial.com. And we're also on YouTube. So if you like YouTube, you like to consume media there, go to YouTube, search Taatjes Financial Group, find our YouTube channel. And this is one of many playlists on our YouTube channel. You're going to find all of our online seminars there. Our podcast, Retire Repurpose, which a lot of you may listen to, you're going to find that playlist there as well. So lots of content, lots of media, lots of ways to find it. If you missed last week's show, no excuses for not being able to go back and listen to that show. Ben Taatjes joins me on the show here now today, and we are getting closer and closer to summer. Just had Memorial Day earlier this week, and we're talking about everybody's favorite topic, and that is taxes. Right, Ben?
Well, Jared, I guess most people, if they're honest, they'd say it's not their favorite topic. However, for many of us, it should be. I think, in the past, as I've worked with so many clients, there's a question I love to ask them. Is it the taxation, or is it how the tax dollars being used? Today I drove into work, had reasonably good roads, considering it's Minnesota. That's always amazing, right? There's a little construction going on, and you see it this time of year, but I'm like, good. Our roads are improving. And you look at the fact that yesterday was Memorial Day. I will absolutely, and I would argue that most everybody that I've talked to and I ask that question to is like, well, yeah, I want a strong military. And I want to be protected. I'm thankful for the policemen that will come and help me when I need them. I'm thankful for fire departments. I'm thankful for some law and order. I'm thankful for that. I'm willing to pay tax dollars there. But I think what happens is, right, when we start talking about taxes, it's more what they do with it that most of us are not in agreement with, right?
Yeah, definitely. And here in Minnesota, there's probably no shortage of opinions on our taxes, and taxes are in the news because our governor has been making some changes and signing some bills, and that is always a hot topic in this state, at least.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it here last week. There's this great celebration about, hey, we signed, there's almost like 38% increase in spending, and he's all excited about that, and you can argue who's going to be paying that. I think, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, I think everybody would like to see some common sense used from time to time on what should the government be getting into as government programs continue to grow and grow and grow. We know that's not always the most efficient way to go about things. And we're seeing some stuff in it they're passing that we're spending money on that tax dollars are going towards that I would argue that most of the state of Minnesota would be like, I don't know if that's what our taxes should be doing. I think what's happening more and more is people are starting to say, where are my tax dollars going? I'm all in agreement that we need a strong military. We need roads. We need police. We need all these things that typically, we're okay paying tax dollars with. Yeah. But when we go so far one direction and we start looking at where our dollars are going, Jared, it causes me, I love this state, but it really bothers me. So I'm not trying to stir the pot, but what I'm going to say is people should understand where their dollars are going today, and then look back and say, okay, I'm okay paying some income taxes because I live in this state and I love this state. But we should be able to look at, where are those dollars going? And if you have a problem with those, then make your voice heard.
Yeah, I think that's the main point of the show here. Regardless of what side of the aisle you stand on and where you think dollars should be spent or how they're being spent, I would agree with you. I don't think the average Minnesotan or American minds paying taxes to some extent. I think it goes back to, again, how they're being spent, and if inefficiently as they're being spent. But I think you bring up a really good point. It's to dig into some of these bills, be aware, and know where your hard-earned money is going, and the things and programs that they're being spent on.
Yeah, do your research, figure out where the dollars are going, and then make sure you reach out and say, hey, I voted for you. Ask the questions regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. Say, this isn't exactly what I signed up for, and then look and be grateful too,
Sure.
right? So I'm also going to make sure people understand and hear that from me today is I am grateful to pay some taxes. But again, it is what it's being spent on, the inefficiency of it, and actually some of it just I completely disagree with from a moral standpoint on where our tax dollars are going.
We got a couple minutes left. Just talk a little bit about the debt ceiling. It's in the news a lot. What does it even mean? What are they fighting over? What are they trying to agree on?
Jerry, coming back to this government spending thing, right? So one side saying, hey, we can't just keep spending and raising the debt ceiling. The other side is, yeah, we'll keep spending and continue to do that, right? I think that, again, it's inefficiencies are coming as things grow and grow and grow. And I've had this debt ceiling, raise the debt ceiling, blah, 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 over and over and over for, it seems like
decades,
20 years. Yeah. Since I've been in the business, we've been talking about this. And again, what it comes down to is that we cannot continue to spend just to spend and continue to put more and more and more spending into the government. We have to at some point take a stand and say, no, I think we've spent enough, right? And I think there's ways that they can come together, hopefully, and that's what has happened in the past is they come together and they agree and they raise the debt limit again, and we go on with life, and a few years from now we'll deal with this again. But I think at the end of the day, if you're not happy with that, ask the questions. Figure out where that money's going. I often said when I used to do tax returns for people, you'd sit down at the end of their tax and review their taxes with them. You'd say, okay, you owe X numbers of thousands of dollars. And they write the check, right? And they send it off to the IRS. What if you had to break that down into each and everything that dollar was being used for, right? And if you understood where that money was going for, you would also have a real problem with the debt ceiling and have a problem with what's being spent all the time. Because I think we assume that those dollars are going to, roads and all the important stuff that typically government has been here for. But what happens is it goes a whole lot of other places. And for many of us, it goes to places for things that we, in fact, disagree with. Again, to reiterate, paying taxes means you have some income. So be thankful for that. Be like, I have the ability to pay taxes, which means I have some income, okay? But what I want people to do is understand where those dollars are going and also be thankful for the fact that we live in this country, right? We have a military that's protected us. We look at Memorial Day yesterday and you say, thank you to the veterans. Thank you to those that have lost their lives. We remember them and we thank God for what they've done to allow us to be in this country. And then look at the country and be thankful for where you live. But do feel perfectly fine with asking the questions of where are my tax dollars going? Why are we having the problem with yet another debt ceiling talk? And then ask those hard questions, but end with an attitude of like, I'm grateful that I get to pay some taxes because that means I have an income.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Ben. Well, are you ready to begin a purposeful retirement plan that will best steward your time, your talent, and your treasure? If so, we can help. We've got a number of ways you can set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting. First, give us a call at 320-222-4236. Request a meeting at our website, taatjesfinancial.com. And if you're in the neighborhood, just stop by our office. We're located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer. Office hours, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. I'm Jared Sebesta, joining you on this episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
securities offered through Avantax Investment Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Avantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantax affiliated insurance agency.